Hello students, let us start our new session of chapter number 4, Motion in a Plane. Let us start with the example regarding the same. Example 4.5. A particle starts from origin at t equals to 0 with a velocity 5 component of I meter per second and moves in xy plane under action of a force which produces a constant acceleration of 3 component of I plus 2 component of j meter per second square. What is the y coordinate of the particle at the instant its x coordinate is 84 meter? What is the speed of the particle at this time? So here let us utilize the equation which is related to the measurement of the distance. R of t equals to v0 t plus 1/2 at square, from where we able to get its position. So initial velocity is already given at time t equals to 0, that is a 5 component of I. Acceleration is already given, which is a constant acceleration, that is a 3 component of I plus 2 component of j. Substitute the value of velocity and acceleration, then we able to get the result, that is 5t plus 1/2 t square of I component plus 1 t square of j component. So this relative velocity which is having I component, that is noted as a x component, x coordinate. So x of t we are having 5t plus 1.5 t square, and y component we are having 1 t square. So this is what we able to get the position in y coordinate, that is a 1 t square. Now we need to determine its time. So here x of t we are having, it's given 84 meter in a component. So by placing that x of t in that given equation, we are having a time x of t, that is a 5t plus 1.5 t square. X of t is given 84 meter. By substituting that value, we able to get the time t equals to 6 seconds. So at this t equals to 6 seconds, now apply that time equal to t equal to 6 seconds in y component, in y coordinate. So we are having a y coordinate position 36 meter. So in a question, it is asking that y coordinate, what is the y coordinate present while the x coordinate is 84 meter, it would be 36 meter. Now velocity we are having dr by dt. Position vector r is already there. Let us differentiate it with respect to time. So we are having that equation, that is 5 plus 3t in I coordinate, in I component plus 2t in j component. Now the time is already calculated, that would be t equals to 6. Substitute the value of time in the velocity, so it would be 23I plus 12j. Let us take its magnitude, so it would be v equals to under root of 23 square plus 12 square, which is 26 meter per second. So here that is the speed of the particle at time t equals to 6 seconds, that is 26 meter per second. Now let us start with the new topic, relative velocity in 2 dimensions. Here the relative velocity is between 2 objects. How the velocity can be defined, this is what it can be available. 2 objects we are having A and B, both are having a different velocity. Object A has VA velocity, object B has a VB velocity with respect to the reference ground. So here velocity of object A related to the B, that can be defined as a VAB, that is a difference between the velocity of 2 objects VA minus VB. And other way, if we are saying that velocity of object B with respect to A, so that would be VBA, that is VB minus VA. Both are having a same absolute values but in opposite direction. So that is a VAB equal to minus VBA, or in terms of its magnitude of both the velocity would be same, that is VAB equal to VBA. Let us go through the example for the same. Rain is falling vertically with the speed of 35 meter per second. A woman rides a bicycle with a speed of 12 meter per second in east to west direction. What is the direction in which she should hold her umbrella? So here rain is falling, that is in the downward side, so its direction is downward side, that is a VR. Woman is riding a bicycle from east to west, so that component is defined VB in a particular direction. Now it is defined, we need to calculate that what is the direction in which she should hold her umbrella. So here VR represents the velocity of rain, VB represents the velocity of bicycle on which woman is riding. Both these velocities are with respect to ground. So let us determine its a relative velocity. Relative velocity, that is a velocity of rain with respect to bicycle, VRB, that is equal to VR minus VB. And the theta angle which is defined, that is angle between a vector, generated resultant vector with respect to its vertical reference line. So tan theta, it is equal to Y by X, VB by VR. So that angle we are having a 90 degree. So woman should hold her umbrella at a 90 degree angle with respect to the vertical towards west. Now let us discuss a next topic, projectile motion. Projectile motion defines that when object in air, while we throw this object at upward side, so after reaching certain distance, it is moving at downward side towards the ground. So within that duration, object is in a flight condition. So here this object is in a flight after thrown and projected, that is known as projectile, and the motion of that projectile as a result of two separate components that can occur a motion of that object. One component is along the horizontal direction without any acceleration, with the constant acceleration, and the other along the vertical direction with constant acceleration due to the force of gravity. So while this particular object is falling downward side, the free fall we can say that. So here X component is not available. So there is no acceleration in the X direction. Acceleration is available only in the Y direction, in the downward direction with the constant acceleration. That acceleration is due to gravity. So here, let us understand this one from the diagram. Here, from the reference point O, the object is thrown with its initial velocity v0. So let us determine its x and y direction. In x direction, which is having the angle theta is generated between the direction of motion with the velocity component v0 and x-axis. So cos theta equal to vx minus v0. So vx equal to v0 cos theta. And y component, if we want to determine, then sin theta, that is equal to vy by v0. So vy equal to v0 sin theta. So x coordinate component is v0 cos theta, y coordinate is v0 sin theta, as we can see in the diagram. After reaching at maximum height, it is moving at downward side as the arrow is shown at the downward side due to the acceleration due to gravity. Only y component would be there. So a equal to minus g component of j in y coordinate. So that object has been projected, the acceleration acting on it due to gravity, which is a vertical direction. So a equal to minus gj, in which ax component is 0, ay component is minus g. So this components of initial velocity we are having v0x equal to v0 cos theta 0 and v0y equal to v0 sin theta 0, which we have referred from diagram. Now if we take this initial position from the origin point, so at the origin x and y components are 0. So x0 is 0 and y0 is 0. So the above equation can be treated as x equal to v0 x of t, that is v0 cos theta 0 t, and y component is v0 sin theta 0 t minus 1 half gt square. A is replaced by minus g. Here, this component of velocity at particular time t can be obtained with Vx equal to V0x, because x component is 0 while the free fall would be there. So only initial component is included in the x direction, that is a V0 cos theta 0. And in y component we are having initial component, and while the object is moving downward side, that component also would be there. So V0 sin theta 0 minus gt. So here this one of the components of velocity, which is an x component, remains constant throughout the motion, and y component is going to be changed due to free fall in vertical direction. So here the maximum height at where the object can be reached, at that point y component velocity Vy would be 0, and that's why the angle also becomes 0, as we are having the equation theta equals to tan inverse Vy by Vx. If Vy is 0, that angle projected would be again 0. Now let us determine that equation of path of a projectile. So here we are having that x and y expression. That y component we are having tan theta 0 x minus g upon 2 omega 2 v0 cos theta 0 square whole square. This equation we have obtained from the coordinate x and y component velocity and position from the equation 4.38. This equation we are having, as you can see, that is a parabola path. If we compare the parabola equation, y equals to ax plus bx square. So here we are having that kind of equation, and that's why that can be depicted as a parabola path, which is taken, as you can see in the diagram. From the initial point, from the v0 component, initial Vx, v0x and v0y component is available with the velocity v0. Now as this component moving further, at a certain point with the velocity v, at that time its a vertical component vy is going to be changed, and vox, the horizontal component, remains constant. At a maximum height, velocity and y direction would be 0, only x component would be there, which remains constant in whole path. While from reaching a maximum height, it is coming at downward direction. So here at that time the velocity v is there. Direction of object, it is reversed. So vy component now it's at the downward side, vox remains in the same constant direction. While this object reach at the ground, again the vox component remains as it is, and vy component, that is at the downward side, that is equal to the initial velocity in y direction in the opposite side. So that would be minus voyj, which creates again the same angle theta equals to theta 0 in opposite direction. So theta equals to minus theta 0. Now let us calculate the time of the maximum height. So here, as at the maximum height y component is 0, So Vy equal to V0 sine theta 0 minus G Tm. Instead of T, we substitute the maximum time Tm, that is equal to 0 because Vy is 0. So from that equation, let us make the subject of formula Tm. We are having that equation V0 sine theta 0 divided by G. This is time instant at where the maximum height, the object can be reached. Now if we want to determine a total time, which is denoted as a Tf, during which the whole flight, the projectile motion can be carried out, so that can be obtained by putting y equals to 0. So we are having that equation Tf equals to 2v0 sine theta 0 by g. So in the above equation, if we are putting y equals to 0 and at time t, let us substitute Tf. Make the subject of formula that, and we are having that equation twice v0 sine theta 0 by g. This Tf is known as a time of flight of projectile. So that is, as we can compare the equation of Tm and Tf. So Tf equals to twice of Tm, which is expected because as the parabola path has been taken from ground to maximum height and maximum height to ground. Now let us determine the equation for maximum height of the projectile. Maximum height can be reached by the projectile. At that time, we suppose to substitute time t equals to Tm. So Tm we have determined earlier just before. It is a V0 sine theta 0 by g. So here in 4.38 equation, substitute the value of time Tm and calculate and replace y equal to hm, the maximum height. And we are having that equation hm equals to V0 sine theta 0 whole square divided by 2g. Next, determine the horizontal range of projectile. The horizontal distance travelled by a projectile from its initial position x equal to y equal to 0, that is initial position, to the position where it passes y equal to 0, we want only x component, only the horizontal range. So that during its fall down, which is known as horizontal range, that is the distance travelled during the time of flight Tf. So here r equals to v0 cos theta 0 into Tf. As velocity, we are having distance per time. So velocity in x direction, v0 cos theta 0, range, horizontal range, distance defined as r, and time, that is replaced as a Tf. So r equal to v0 cos theta 0 into Tf. Replace the Tf, it would be twice v0 sin theta 0 by g. By equating or solving these equations, we are having r, horizontal range, equal to v0 square sin 2 theta 0 by g. That sin 2 theta 0 equal to 2 cos theta 0 into sin theta 0. So by that trigonometric equation, we are getting the particular equation. Now, here this equation gives the projectile velocity v0 r maximum when sin 2 theta 0 is maximum. So here, if sin theta 0 is 45, if theta 0 is 45, so sin 2 theta 0 would be 1 because sin 90 is 1. By placing that sin 91, we able to get maximum horizontal range Rm equal to V0 square by G. Now, let us take the example for the same. Galileo in his book Two New Sciences states that for elevations which exceeds or fall short of 45 degree by equal amounts, the ranges are equal. Prove this statement. Here this projectile motion in which object is launched with the initial velocity v0 at an angle theta 0. So range is covered, horizontal range is covered by that object that we have determined just before, r equal to v0 square sine 2 theta 0 by g. Now the angle is given 45 degree, the elevations which exceeds or fall. So for that, let us take this range 45 plus a and 45 minus a. That is the angle of theta. So 2 theta 0 would be 90 plus 2a or 90 minus 2a. So here sine of 90 plus 2a and sine of 90 minus 2a are the same and equal, that is equal to cos 2a, because sine 90 would be cos. Cos 2a or cos minus 2a, that is the even cos, is the even value. So in both the way we are having the same value cos 2a. Therefore the ranges are equal for elevations which exceed or fall short of 45 degree by equal amounts of a. Here we are going to end this session. Hope you understood. Thank you.